So making a game with ChatGPT sounded fun at first until I actually decided to do it.
Fuck me, we got 16. The hell did I do?
Now, for reference, I've been making a game called Scarred Steel, and this is the first game I've ever made, and I have no idea how to code, and so I figured I'd let AI do the coding.
Okay, so I've done step 1 and 2. So I don't think I have a trait database script. What should that look like? And then we can move on to the character script update.
Now, this experience has been a pretty fun struggle. That's probably what I call it, a fun struggle, because although it hasn't been streamlined as I thought it would be, I've made a lot of progress and I'm pretty happy with how things are progressing.
What you're seeing right now is footage of me being incredibly good at doing this UI stuff. I think decorating is, at the moment, the worst thing.
Now, one of the games that I'm basically almost modeling off is a game called Heads Will Roll Reforged. Now, from what I know, the game developer spent about 2,000 hours and just over 4 years to make the game. And so far, at the recording of this video, I believe I'm about 64 hours in, and I've got a pretty good amount of this skeleton completed. However, that hasn't come without issues, because you see, what I've noticed about AI and all my time using it is that AI is only as good as what you can give it.
Okay, just before I use that, you say create a new game object in the main scene and such and attach the script to it. What are you referring to as my main scene? Do you mean the title screen in terms of like literally at the very, very beginning? Or are you talking about like a combat scene or character creation?
If you don't give it enough stuff, or if you forget to give it the right things, problems happen. Lots of problems, to the point of which where one small slip up from the GPT or one small thing you didn't give the GPT and hell is broken loose.
Well, yeah, you make it sound so easy. You make it sound so easy. I just put it like that, but that's clearly not what's happening, is it? No. God damn it. Oh, jeez. Right, just take it all.
To the point of which where you lose so much time, you really wish you had paid a bit more attention.
Oh, are you fucking serious? Oh my god. Really?
And at this point, I was wondering, should I just try and learn code as well? Right? Should I just try and learn code instead of doing it with AI? Now, that was a good question, but at the same time, I realized how good AI was at building systems. Like, sometimes it would add things such as debugs or even a few features which I didn't really ask for, but was pretty damn impressive. And I'm at the point where I'm able to pretty much outsource all of the code and difficult thinking stuff so I can free up my energy and focus to work on the exciting and interesting parts of the game, such as asking the ChatGPT to create the images for the traits in the game, for some of the weapons in the game, for the accessories, and so on and so forth. But that's been really interesting because I believe I'm probably going to be able to get a demo out within the next 30 days and perhaps even a full release of the game by the end of this year. Now, that's really exciting because when I looked back, well, I don't know perhaps if you're someone that plays video games, but when I was playing video games, and perhaps everyone thought this once, was always the thought of what if I made my own game? What if I made my own game, or if I did, I might make it like this and it would be quite cool. And so I just thought, well, most people, and which makes sense, most people go down the coding route, and that is fine. But I think with the AI stuff coming out, I'm realizing that this is also a route that people can take.
So the cool thing here, I just want to say, is whenever I come across errors, I can just copy the error and give it to the GPT, and it will pretty much know where to start working at. A lot of the time they can pick it up pretty quickly. Sometimes it takes a bit longer, but generally speaking, it can be quite useful if you have absolutely no idea.
The only thing I will say is that this stuff takes patience. A lot of patience.
Aha! There we are. We're out of the red. Finally. Good stuff. Good stuff.
And a lot of back and forth. And a lot of errors. But I enjoy that. I enjoy that. I enjoy being able to work on these things. And I think just building something which, for example, building a game that I would play and being able to add features and being able to design it and just, yeah, generally working and building on a project which I would enjoy and I enjoy building has been really enjoyable. So I'm obviously keeping going through with this. I believe at the moment I have almost pretty much the majority of the skeleton of the game. Then now I'm at the point where I need to be connecting all of the actual combat mechanics, polishing things up, and generally being able to get onto the more exciting stuff, which will be creating lots of cool weapons, creating lots of sort of, actual content and dialogue with characters, multiple choice stuff, all of that cool things. I'm also still trying to implement conditional parts where perhaps, or sorry, conditional effects where perhaps certain things in the game can perhaps make you sick, or perhaps you can get permanent injuries, those sort of things. But all of that, like I said, comes with a bit of a price. It's not straightforward, and sometimes the GPT does things I don't want it to do. Sometimes I'll change one thing, or ask for one small change, and the GPT will break almost the entire panel, which isn't great, but with enough back and forth, I eventually get through it. And that's what I find quite enjoyable about this. So I'm sure I will keep you in the loop in terms of how this game is going. Like I said before, I should be able to get a demo of this game out within the next 30 days. So I'm looking forward to being able to actually share this all with you. But hopefully you found this useful, and I'll catch you in the next devlog.